Now hold them close to me. Together one day there'll be sweet harmony. Let's be patient peacefully. Don't get any good for now, you say Africa. All I need is to be right here in Africa. Don't get any good for now, you say Africa. All I need is to be right here in Africa. And I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, yeah. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, yeah. I will always love this place that I know.
All right. Thank you very much. That was a beautiful song by Steve Kenana. I hope I pronounced it well. I love you, Africa. And as African, I want to say too, I really love Africa. I love my motherland. And thank you so much for being with us today. We thank you for always being faithful to our Joama Zoom HEBDO. And we hope that you are always enjoying our guest, our speaker, or all the information that you are getting every single time. Donc, nous voulons vous remercier encore d'être avec nous. Nous espérons que vous avez aimé cette belle chanson de Steve Kenana, J'aime mon Afrique. Et en tant qu'Africaine, je veux aussi dire combien j'aime mon continent. Et nous espérons que vous continuez d'apprendre beaucoup avec nos invités, leur compagnie et toutes les opportunités qu'on peut trouver en Afrique et que l'Afrique peut offrir au monde, et aussi ainsi que les compagnies canadiennes qui peuvent offrir aussi au monde entier. So today we have the pleasure to have with us the company of Glorious Development, okay, let me make sure, GDG, Glorious Development Group. And we have the pleasure to also have the CEO with us and the founder of this company. So Glorious Development Group is a company focused on education, agriculture, and renewable energy. Donc aujourd'hui, on a le plaisir d'avoir avec nous la compagnie Glorious Development Group qui se trouve à Kigali au Rwanda. Et c'est une compagnie qui se base beaucoup sur l'éducation, l'agriculture et l'énergie renouvelable. Et nous avons le PDG et le fondateur de cette compagnie avec nous aujourd'hui. So we will have Mr. Ben MURUNGA who will do the presentation for us, and we'll learn more about this company. And we probably, after this show, you'll probably contact him right after. Maybe you'll be more interested to know more about the GDT. So he's the CEO of Glorious Development Group. As I mentioned, he's also a recent U.S. Peace Corps response volunteer who served in Rwanda for 3 years. And also as an institution development specialist at Glorious Development Group under the U.S. Peace Corps Response Volunteer Program in Rwanda. He also helped train and coach staff of over 50. And in the past, he has served different boards and worked in different volunteer roles. So we can see that volunteering is something that Mr. Ben will enjoy doing. And also as Canadian citizen, is something that is is something that we really focus, especially for us young people, to really show empathy and more work in the community. So without further ado, I will invite Mr. Ben to join us. Donc, Mr. Ben, c'est le PDG de cette compagnie et c'est lui qui va nous parler un peu dans plus de détails de GDG. Et après, qui sait, peut-être que vous allez le contacter directement et on pourrait peut-être se mettre à faire des partenariats ici avec l'équipe de Joama Consulting. Donc, merci encore d'être avec nous et nous espérons que vous aurez des questions. Donc, si vous avez des questions à la fin, n'hésitez pas à les écrire et n'oubliez pas qu'on a toujours le lien YouTube. Après, si vous n'avez pas pu être là en ce moment, il est toujours disponible sur YouTube. So if you didn't have the opportunity to be with us right now, don't worry. We always have the link on YouTube, so you can always check. So Mr. Ben, I believe he's here. He'll probably join us on camera if possible, and then we will start the presentation. Are you there, Mr. Ben?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much. Now, I'm trying. I think you will need to let me share my video, I think.
No problem.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's saying I think you have to give me the permission because I'm not able to do it from here.
Okay, just give me 1 second. And I think now you are able to.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. How are you, Mr. Ben?
All right. Thank you so much, Janella, and thank you so much, Joama, for giving me this opportunity to speak. And of course, I'd like to thank Jean-Baptiste for giving me this chance to speak on his behalf. I think he's also in the meeting. It's a great honor for me to be here and speak on behalf. So we are going to just go ahead and into the presentation. I'm going to talk about Glorious Development Group. And as you see there, it says local solutions for local problems. That is very key for the organization. And just to make you understand that, I'll go very quickly and talk about Jean-Baptiste Sengayire, the way he started the organization. This was back in 1991. He founded the organization, but it was more as a way to help somebody. It was an old lady with orphans. He left his job, used his savings to try and help them. A lot more orphans came to join because they heard about this person who was helping orphans. He ran out of his money, went to the church, and then from there, the church tried to accommodate him for a while, and then he found himself now having to find other means, and that's now he's when he started getting into a more organized way of helping people through the NGO. Of course, that only worked for a while because once the funds run out, then you have to find another way to get more funds. So he looked for a sustainable way, and that marked the birth of Glorious Development Group. So our mandate is to just continue with the mission, but with a more sustainable way of raising capital and then using that capital to help other programs of the organization. So Jean-Baptiste, he founded the Mission of the Glorious Cross in 1991, Rwanda, NGO in 1992, and then Glorious Development Group in 2015, and then also there's Glorious Cross Ministries, which he also founded. So he's an amazing individual. Now for me, I came as a US Peace Corps volunteer. I have several years of experience in different areas in strategy. I worked in Amsterdam, in Europe. I've worked in Kenya, in the US as well. I have a BA, I have an MBA in corporate finance from the University of Notre Dame. Experience in different markets, like I mentioned. Most of the work I've done has been in marketing. That's where I did most of my work. My expertise is in corporate finance, reorganizations, restructuring. So me and Jean-Baptiste meeting was actually a godsend opportunity. Like Janella mentioned, I like to volunteer and help, and Jean-Baptiste likes to do the same thing. So I have my experience. He has a vehicle. I came in and I've been helping with that. So that has been my role over the last couple of years. So yeah, Glorious Development Group. It's like I said, it's a way of sustainably running the programs that Mission of the Glorious Cross has grown organically over the years by when it started with helping people. So we are in different areas in agriculture, education, tourism, energy, trade, consultancy. And this is in Rwanda. So right now we are focused in Rwanda. Of course, we want to get more into the DRC area, as well as Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, the whole of East Africa. And just one day, we want to be in the whole of Africa, because the model that we have of driving development is a very powerful model. It tackles the mind and then the ability, and also the charity, programs and development at the same time. So Rwanda, mentioned Rwanda, lots of great things happening in Rwanda. It's number 2 in Africa as the fastest growing economy, safest country to walk at night, very safe in Rwanda, very good security, very good transparency. It's a great place. The government is very, very pro development. So if you come into Rwanda, you get the red carpet. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you have $10, if you have $10 million, if you're coming in as an investor, they treat you with the care that you deserve. So it's an exciting place to be in Rwanda. We have the Vision 2050 for Rwanda, which is quality of life for Rwandans, modern infrastructure, livelihoods, transformation for prosperity, and then international cooperation and positioning. So it's a small country, but as people always say, it's punching above its weight because of the kind of focus that the presidency and the government has. So there are several priorities that the government has. There's, I think, around 8 priorities. We are focusing on 3 of those priorities. Priority 7 is sustainable management of resources and making Rwanda become a green economy. And that is now renewable energy. And then the other priority area is modernize and increase productivity of agriculture and livestock. And that is the agricultural area. And then establish Rwanda as a globally competitive knowledge-based economy. So we've tried to align our activities together with the government's priorities so that we get the support, and then we also are having an impact on the economy. So renewable energy, agriculture, and education. Okay. So when it comes to renewable energy, we have been, over the last couple of years, we did something in biogas, and we worked with the community. So as I mentioned, we are very well embedded in the community. I'm going to share more material with you for those who are interested in terms of our brochure and the PowerPoint as well. But we are very well embedded in the community. So using that, we started the biogas as a way of providing energy. And that we did it for a couple of years. But what we are going into right now is solar home systems. There's a very strong push by the government towards the solar home systems. And this is driven by the fact that in Rwanda right now, there's a almost 48% shortfall of energy. So because of that, and as I mentioned, the Rwandan government is very aggressive in trying to drive development of the economy, so very supportive. So there's a strong push in the next 4 or 5 years to close this gap of 48%. And the way they're going to do it is one of the ways going to do it is to use the solar home systems. So there's a program that has been started by the World Bank, and it's called the Renewable Energy Fund, and this was established in 2017. And the idea behind that is to accelerate the adoption of off-grid electricity access in Rwanda. So it's done together with the World Bank, and it's done in actually 5 windows. First window is to provide lines of credit to SACCOs. Second window is to mini-grid developers. Third window is to off-grid solar companies. Fourth window is now a result-based subsidy scheme for companies like GDG. So very selective, very few. I think we have a total of 12 that are being used by the government. And then now window 5 is to have this subsidy program that will enable citizens who can't be able to afford to get electricity. So we have almost like 1.8 million Rwandans who need this access. We are one of the companies that have been asked to get into this program. So like I said, we have 1.4 million households, subsidy of 15 million, and we have been accepted into the program. Our target is at least to provide services worth at least $3 million US with this program. So we just started it. So 1st of February is when we are going to formally get get running. We have been accepted into the program. We've signed all the documentation. So now we are all set to go. So right now we're just doing, we're doing training of agents and finalizing our partnerships. We want to order our first shipment of 5,000 kits from China. And then we want to roll out across 7 districts. We're going to be working, of course, with the Catholic Church, the Development Bank of Rwanda, Energy Private Developers, the Energy Development Corporation of Rwanda, and EnviroServe, which will be recycling all the equipment. And then, of course, Unapisi Rwanda NGO, which is our sister NGO, and several circles, which are more like microfinance institutions that will be able to provide subsidy programs to the citizens who can't afford the material. So right now, and then after that, we're going to go into phase 2, where we're going to just take the lessons learned, and then from there, we're going to now roll out into the 30 districts across Rwanda by identifying additional households that need access to this electricity. So it's a very ambitious program. We've gotten into it. We are very excited. We are looking for partners outside Rwanda to help us be able to deliver this to the citizens. You know, something small like that, just someone having access to electricity, it means they won't go to bed at night. They don't go to bed at 6 in the evening. They can stay up late while they're doing their homework. You know, they're not, their life is not limited by the fact that they don't have access to electricity. So we are very excited because that is the nature of our organization in terms of the impact we want to have. So there are many ways we are seeking partnerships. There are grants, equity, debt, and of course, mezzanine. Now, when I say grants, when I put that blended finance, what I mean by that is it's not just getting grants for grant's sake, but getting a grant, then you're able to use that to build a sustainable way of doing business. So in the case of the solar, the energy program, there are kits that you can also help purchase. You can come involved when it comes to the working capital, infrastructure systems to help run the program. That's one way you can get involved. Other way we can get partners is through them doing an equity investment. So we give you a certain percentage of the company that we can negotiate on that. The other one, of course, is debt, where we can get affordable interest rates, good terms. We're also willing to look at that. And then it can be, again, both debt and equity. So those are discussions we want to have with different investors out there in Canada. So we are excited with this forum to discuss that. So that is on energy. If you have questions, you can go ahead and just ask me or reach out to me or anybody in the organization or at the end. So the other area, focus area, is agriculture. Right now we have farmers, and we do training programs for farmers, small scale. We do it at a small scale. This is impactful only to a limited level. What we need, what you're looking for now is more sustainable, looking at the area in which we operate. Rwanda, small country, but at the same time we have DRC, which I mean, there's a huge demand of food in DRC as well. So we're looking at now having a food hub, and what you're going to do is construct a maize factory that will be doing processing. There's a lot of support from the government for this. And then at the same segment, we're going to now provide a supermarket, which will be a channel for a lot of, mainly our target is women entrepreneurs who will be able to sell the product, sell fruits and vegetables, sell their farm produce at this location. So we are riding a lot on that. And then, of course, there's the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is going to increase the market size for products developed processed in the region. So because of that, we want to make this investment. We're looking at doing 20 tons per day. annual revenue of 1.6 million US dollars, initial investment amount of $1.5 million, and this would be mainly in the form of debt financing. So that's an area that we are also looking for partnerships. It's something, we have the business plan, we have all the documents that we can share with interested parties on how we can partner in this. This is something we want to do quickly because of just the huge demand. So again, in this case, we invite blended finance, which is grants. Someone wants to get involved by supporting a specific channel. I mentioned women entrepreneurs. If someone wants to support them, then we have a way of them doing that, as well as when it comes to purchasing equipment. So we can take that to our form of support, but it's not the form of support that is going to run out of gas at some point. It's something that is going to be sustainable because we want to make it be able to stand on its own. And of course, there's equity, debt, and at the same time, mezzanine. So the last part is education. This is where we've been involved in for a long time. And just to give you a quick history, when Mr. Jean-Baptiste started the organization, he started with the orphans, and then the next question was, where are they going to learn? So he formed the school, and that was St. Jacob Nursery and Primary. And then the next question, then what are they going to do after the school? Then we formed the St. Philip TVET. So it's been growing organically, whereby you develop a solution, the solution brings in another problem, and then from there you develop another solution to address the problem. So just basically all the time adapting to the circumstances and the situation. So St. Jacob, we have, currently we have around 750 students. We want to increase that number to we want to double that, the number of students in that. Founded in 2005. So it's been there for more than 15 years. We are looking at different areas of investment for this. We want to double the capacity, both in nursery and primary. And then we have St. Philip TVET. We have different course offerings for St. Philip TVET. We have around, I think it's 500 students. Again, we want, in this case, we want to triple that. We want to triple the number of students we have at St. Philip. So we are looking at we have different course offerings. We have culinary arts, hotels. We have also accounting, computer. So when it comes to investments, we are looking at two things. I think one of the previous slides talked about instead of the primary, just the one on the future. Thank you, Joanna. So in this slide, we're talking about early childhood development center. So we want to develop the nursery to a world-class standard, whereby we can we look at the whole child in terms of nutrition, in terms of how they live in the house, and then trying to equip them for the future, bring in technology. So this is a model that is established worldwide, and we want to adapt that. So looking for investments in that area. We want to turn the primary into an academy, so it's a primary and secondary school, and then the TVET into a center of excellence. So when it comes to investments in this area, when it comes to the blended finance, then we're looking at things like building a library, for example, for the academy. When it comes to grants, building a sports center, building a playground for the kids. So those are areas, those are specific small areas that you can get involved in when it comes to the school. So the school, it's easier to break it into components as opposed to having one big project and then you have to get involved in terms of equity or debt. But with the school, we can break it into components. We can have someone coming in to support a class. We can have someone coming in to support maybe the technology element, or maybe just the look and feel of the school, or support teachers, having an exchange program with our teachers where we improve the capability. So those are areas in which we can work with different partners. Of course, then there's also the equity investment. We're looking at that. For us to achieve this, we're looking at huge amounts of capital for that. To looking at equity, you can invite somebody, and then also debt for that, or a combination of both. We have the opportunity, because of the reputation of the name of Jean-Baptiste, we're able to, he's very well respected in the community, and just by association, we get a lot of inquiries and a lot of eagerness of parents wanting to bring their children to our school. We have very competitive school fees. We want to increase that. So room for increasing that, room for us to increase the revenue. We want to increase the number of students in the schools. We want to increase the school fees based on the type of facilities that we're offering. So that there are plenty of low-hanging fruit when it comes to the school. Like I mentioned, it's an easier program to talk about or to sell. And then, of course, now you can do the mezzanine. So that's it in terms of our focus areas. We have more information to share. We have other areas that we're looking at as well, religious tourism and other areas, but these are our key focus areas in line with the priorities of the Rwandan government. Exciting time for Rwanda. That is my email, and that is my WhatsApp number, and also my Rwandan number. Feel free to reach out to me, contact me. We'll be able to provide guidance and have a more in-depth discussion with you, share our financials, our models, our projections, our business plan, and just share our thinking and see how we can move this forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ben. Thank you for giving us much details about glorious development. And it's great to also have Mr. Jean-Baptiste that is here with us. So we can see that it came from something like helping people, coming from a mission. And I wanted to know, was it like a Christian mission? Was it something that is started from the church and then it became like now a company?
Yep.
I think that's when you mentioned.
Yeah, and Julian, if you don't mind, I would like to defer to Jean-Baptiste to quickly answer that. I know the answer because I spent a lot of time talking to him. But yeah, he talks about it has Catholic links. Started as a Christian organization, and with the St. Francis of Assisi. So yeah, strong links to the church. But when it comes to our activities, our projects, we are agnostic. We work with everybody. We work with different religions because that's just the nature. We have to be equal and fair. But I don't know if Jean-Baptiste wants to add anything.
Monsieur Jean-Baptiste, vous voulez ajouter quelque chose aussi peut-être pour nos auditeurs, auditrices francophones? Vous pouvez dire un mot.
Bon, merci Junera, merci Ben, avec une excellente présentation. Je pense qu'il a réuni tous les éléments concernant la présentation de cette journée. Ce que je peux ajouter ou bien éclairer, c'est que, bien sûr, vous avez appris la situation historique de notre pays, de la région. On dirait la zone d'insécurité, la zone de guerre, mais avec l'effort fourni par le gouvernement rwandais, maintenant le Rwanda est devenu un centre d'intérêt, même pour toute l'Afrique. Point de vue sécurité, point de vue aussi le développement, point de vue aussi ouverture, parce que maintenant le Rwanda est très ouvert aux autres pays. Nous faisons partie de l'Est Afrique. Maintenant, je pense que le Rwanda, même aujourd'hui, vit comment la pandémie est en train de frapper les gens. C'est le Rwanda aujourd'hui qui se démarque comme un pays au moins qui se bat pour la santé de son peuple. Et aussi, vous enregistrez quand même des réussites de notre pays. Et parmi les réussites, c'est que moi aussi, je fais partie, parce que je suis un acteur socio-économique La mission de la Croix Glorieuse dont Ben faisait référence, c'est ma première fondation. C'est un mouvement devant consoler les gens qui ont eu des problèmes psychologiques, devant consoler les gens qui ont perdu l'erreur, et puis aussi le retour à la vie. Donc, après la consolation, c'est-à-dire, il faut que les gens reprennent aussi, continuent à vivre. Alors, c'est un mouvement qui réunit au moins 4 institutions. Il y a la jeunesse, il y a aussi les couples, il y a aussi des confessions religieuses. Et là, grâce à ce mouvement, on a réussi. Des fois, ici en Afrique, en particulier ici au Rwanda, l'Église a été toujours, que ce soit catholique, que ce soit adventiste ou autre, ils ont été toujours dans un combat, je dirais, de compétition, des rites, mais ils ont oublié que l'évangile doit marcher de pair avec le développement. Et donc, c'est-à-dire que pour moi, j'ai une sorte de particularité de pouvoir installer une sorte d'organisation intégrale. Il y a le spirituel, il y a aussi le social, il y a aussi l'économique. Et ça a interpellé beaucoup parce que maintenant, nous avons les pays du Burundi, du Congo, les pays de Ouganda, Tanzanie, Kenya, qui sont attractés par cette forme de vie. Et aujourd'hui, je vois même, vous voyez que Ben, qui pour un petit temps de volontariat dans le pisco, et finalement, il a décidé de rester parce que lui, il a l'esprit vraiment d'engagement, il a l'esprit d'ouverture, et puis il veut aussi contribuer pour... Et je l'apprécie beaucoup, c'est pourquoi d'ailleurs je compte beaucoup sur lui. Et c'est quelqu'un qui s'est battu même pour apprendre la langue maternelle, le Rwanda, le Kinyarwanda. Il est vraiment fort, Ben, je l'apprécie. C'était un élément qui peut conduire la bataille économique dont maintenant nous faisons l'objet. Alors, en bref, je pense que l'Afrique, c'est un chantier. C'est un chantier de telle façon que il ne faut pas songer seulement au matériel, à l'argent. Il faut voir aussi la formation dont nous sommes en train de faire face. Parce que la formation, il y a des universités, il y a aussi des écoles partout, mais l'ingénierie manque. Il y a quelque chose qui manque, qui fait que les gens puissent travailler et gagner leur pain quotidien. À cet effet, je pense que nous avons eu la chance d'avoir Joama Consulting. Merci beaucoup, Justin. Merci beaucoup, Ginella. De pouvoir aussi avoir la visibilité sur le plan international. Alors, pour nous, je pense que je ne ferai qu'avant que je mette fin à ma petite présentation. Je pense que je serai le premier à inviter les investisseurs canadiens, même les familles, pourquoi pas, les familles canadiennes, pour qu'ensemble, nous construisons ce qu'on appelle Afrique en Dougou. Afrique, nous sommes des frères, des sœurs. Donc, en bref, je reste aux autres de poser les questions, mais sinon, c'était ça. Je suis très ouvert avec Joama, je suis très ouvert avec tout le reste des gens qui cherchent à que l'Afrique soit visible et que l'Afrique aussi soit à un certain niveau de coopération. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, M. Jean-Baptiste. Merci d'avoir commencé cette mission. M. Ben aussi pour le travail que vous faites. Et comme vous l'avez mentionné, c'est vrai, on a toujours cette cette image de l'Afrique où c'est pas sécuritaire, mais il y a bien plus que ça à voir. Et on voit le Rwanda aujourd'hui qui était dans les histoires dans nos cahiers d'histoire, mais aujourd'hui, c'est le pays où tout le monde veut visiter. C'est celui où tout le monde veut aller voir ce qui se passe. On doit trouver des opportunités et ça fait vraiment plaisir de montrer ce côté de l'Afrique que certaines personnes ne voient pas ou continuent pas valorisé. Donc, avec le travail de votre compagnie, avec Monsieur Ben, donc, on continue à vous encourager et je pense que Monsieur Ondo et moi, on a déjà quelques compagnies en tête qui pourront surtout aider côté énergie renouvelable et agriculture. So I really want to thank Mr. Ben and Mr. Jean-Baptiste for the work that they're doing. And one thing I also realize is that whenever it's come to Christian mission, they're always focused on education, which is such an important factor because you cannot expect a country to be developed if the population is not educated. So I appreciate that you really put the emphasis on education. And also for education, we need energy, electricity to study. So all those are very interconnected. And agriculture is I would say, the main sector in Africa. Like I think it's probably I would say the first trade that was happening in the time of our ancestors until now. Agriculture is very like one of the main sector that we have in each country. So having all those domain into your company really, I think it's probably the strength of what you guys are doing. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And we hope that this is just the beginning of something new. It's the beginning of a fruitful partnership. And we hope that this is probably won't be your last time on Joama Zoom. Though maybe we'll have so many calls that we'll have to come back and re-explain again. Donc, je souhaite que ceci ne soit pas juste une fin, mais un début à quelque chose. C'était peut-être avec tous les appels qu'on va peut-être recevoir, qui sait. On va peut-être vous demander de revenir sur notre émission Joama Zoom pour parler un peu plus de vos projets. Et comme je mentionnais aussi, il y a déjà peut-être 2 compagnies en tête. On se dit qu'ils vont s'intéresser à GDG. Donc, des fois, on a souvent des questions, mais s'il y a des questions qui viennent après, parce que d'habitude, tout le monde souvent se retrouve sur YouTube, on va aussi vous les transmettre. Comme ça, si il y a des contacts à faire, Monsieur Ondo et moi, on pourra les gérer. Mais merci encore d'avoir pris le temps de votre schedule. So I know you're probably very busy, Mr. Ben, so taking the time to come here. And I think it's probably around 8 or 9 p.m. there. So thank you for...
yeah, 11 p.m. now.
9 p.m. now. So I can imagine it's already night there. So thank you for taking the time to really show your work. And we hope that it's not just Rwanda, but we want to use your company and your name to show that Africa should really wake up and offer, because there's so many things that we can offer. There's so many things that people can discover about Africa. We have so many riches, so many wealth that we are not really exploring, if I can say it. So I really hope that we will continue to have this partnership and other companies that will be able to also join you. So if you're watching this, I think I will also share again the contact of Mr. Ben, just in case you were not able. So feel free to contact him or to either come to me or Mr. Ondo, so that we can go from there. And as we always say, don't wait for tomorrow, for next year to take action. So take it today, prenez vos opportunités aujourd'hui, n'attendez pas demain. Et voici les contacts de Monsieur Ben MURUNGA si vous avez des questions, ou vous pouvez venir directement contacter Monsieur Ondo ou moi, Ginela Ondo, la vice-présidente, et nous allons partir de là. Donc, je sais pas, I don't know if you have a last word for us, Mr. Ben, before we close this meeting.
No, I mean, just want to thank you and Joama Consulting and Justin for putting this together. It's, I mean, I think a lot of times we don't get to tell our story, and the fact that you're creating this medium is excellent. And we have big ambitions to play our part. Yeah. And you're making that, this forum enables us to do that. So very thankful, and God bless you. May God continue to enable you to carry this forward.
Thank you so much. God bless you too.
I have a question, Ginela.
Oh, okay. Hi. Hi, Melanie. Are you there?
Oui, je suis là, je posais en français pour que Jean-Baptiste participe.
Okay.
Et j'ai vu que Ben aussi peut suivre très sérieusement. J'ai une question concernant l'annonce ou la lettre que M. Justin a mis sur le groupe qui spécifie exactement la limite de financement. Il a mentionné que le minimum des particuliers, c'est $1 million pour le financement et le minimum des institutions, c'est 100 millions. Je voulais avoir des éclaircissements. Je ne sais pas si c'est bon concerné, mais c'est tout le monde, même Jean-Baptiste, veut le savoir.
Oui.
À quoi cette limite est basée? Quand vous parlez de particuliers, il s'agit de qui? Et quand vous parlez des institutions, il s'agit de qui? Et pour notre cas, comment sera cette lettre? Je voulais que vous nous fassiez une petite éclaircissement pour qu'on puisse savoir de quoi il s'agit.
Je pense que M. Jean-Baptiste a quelques problèmes avec les yeux.
Pardon?
Est-ce que vous nous entendez, M. Jean-Baptiste?
Oui, très bien.
Je pense que Mme Mélanie avait une question pour vous. Je ne sais pas si vous avez pu entendre.
Oui, j'ai entendu la question posée. Effectivement, on a reçu la notification, je dirais la lettre qui mentionne le niveau de financement des investisseurs canadiens. Alors, effectivement, on voudrait savoir, quand on parle de particuliers, plutôt, on parle de qui qui bénéficient, qui présentent au moins un business plan de $2 millions. Et aussi, quand on parle aussi d'une institution, il s'agit de quoi? Si c'est l'État ou bien si c'est des macros. Alors, on voudrait quelques éclaircissements là-dessus. Merci.
Okay. Merci. Donc, je vais donner la parole aussi à M. Ondo. Je sais qu'il est là avec nous. M. Ondo, est-ce que vous êtes encore avec nous?
Oui, vous savez que moi, je suis entre ceux qui sont en direct et le peuple. Donc, à la seule différence que je ne suis pas visible, je suis à l'intersection entre vous et puis ceux qui sont sur Facebook, etc. Donc, j'entends tout, je vois tout ce qui se passe. Je vais répondre à la question et puis Ginela fera la traduction en anglais pour Ben. Il y a certaines informations, effectivement, comme le dit Mélanie, c'est l'avantage d'appartenir au groupe privé EKMB, qui n'est pas public. Donc, même le public ne comprend rien de la question de Mélanie. C'est ce qu'on appelle les avantages de la maison. Donc, alors je réponds simplement à cette question à Mélanie, que nous aurons une rencontre avec vous, puisqu'il y a des détails que nous sommes en train de préparer. J'ai vu tout le projet que Ben a préparé. C'est des gros projets, des projets très intéressants et très importants qui nécessitent à ce que Joama essaie de voir avec vous comment trouver des partenaires. Alors, ce qui a été présenté dans le groupe, je réponds rapidement. Les $2 millions appartiennent à ce qu'on appelle des petites compagnies. Ça veut dire ceux qui ne sont pas directement liés à l'État, au gouvernement. Voilà, ça veut dire des petites, des compagnies qui sont minimes. Mais puisque j'ai un partenaire qui est en connexion avec des investisseurs, ils connaissent vous aurez tous ces détails-là au moment venu. Alors, maintenant, la différence avec les $100 millions, c'est qu'un gouvernement africain qui a besoin des fonds, le minimum qu'on demande pour les fonds des gouvernements, venant des gouvernements, doivent être au minimum $100 millions. OK? Maintenant, les fonds comme vous, là, ce que vous êtes en train de faire, là, le projet que vous avez, si votre projet est en dessous de 2 millions de dollars, on ne va pas prendre ça. Donc, il faut essayer de combiner, soit un seul de ces projets atteint 2 millions de dollars, ou alors les projets combinés atteignent au minimum 2 millions de dollars. J'espère que je me suis bien fait comprendre. Mais on aura ces détails-là au moment venu. Donc, laissez-nous le temps de finir aujourd'hui, parce que quand on est dans l'émission, on doit prêter pour mettre ça sur YouTube. Je crois que je vais être en contact avec vous, même si tout le monde entend ce qu'on est en train de dire, ce n'est pas en cachette, puisque nous faisons partie d'un groupe. Donc, je serai en contact avec vous, certainement avec Ginella, et probablement mon partenaire en affaires, pour que nous puissions voir ce que vous êtes en train de faire. Et c'est pour cela que je suis content de la présentation de Ben. Ça permet à ce que les investisseurs qui vont recevoir votre projet, puisqu'on va le faire, nous allons également leur donner le lien de ce YouTube d'aujourd'hui qui va beaucoup expliciter. Donc, un peu de patience, Mélanie, et nous serons avec vous d'ici la semaine prochaine pour tous ces détails-là.
Ok, merci.
Mr. Ondo.
Merci.
So I would just like to give some the information that Mr. Ondo was giving, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mrs. Melanie, is that you were asking a question concerning the letter that was sent in the group with regarding the loan that the MNN investment company would like to give to finance some project. So Mr. Ondo was mentioning that since it's not yet a public information, we will have a call with you or with Melanie and myself to discuss this opportunity. And regarding the loan for individual, the minimum amount is $2 million US, and for institution is another amount. But this, like Mr. Ondo said, is we will have a call with you so that we don't also want to share everything on the public, because you have to be part of the group to have all this information. So do not worry, it's a great opportunity, and seeing what Mr. Ben has presented today with all the project that he has, I think this will be a great opportunity to leave your project and probably receive some financing from there. But we will make sure to have another meeting, like a private with you, Mr. Jean-Baptiste and Mrs. Melanie, so that we can give you more information about that. I think I'll just give like a brief summary of what was being said, and I hope I didn't miss anything, Mr. Ondo. I believe so. So thank you once again, Mr. Ben. Thank you for your time, and we believe that this will be a fruitful partnership, and we hope to see more and more of your project and probably the company growing. And we might located outside of Rwanda and expand maybe around Africa. So we wish you all the best. And now I will leave you with the song that was playing before from Steve K. Naka, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Ginella.
I love you, Africa. I love you, yeah. I will always love this place that I know. Treasure all my memories. It's all I'll ever want and all I'll ever need. Soon we'll all have dignity. Ooh, I'm getting good for now. You're good in Africa. All I need is live right here in Africa. For now, you're good in Africa. All I need is you right here in Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, yeah. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, yeah.